All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something kind of special.
Okay.
Rum A1710.
Ooh, okay.
It's a small distillery on the island of Martinique.
Okay.
And they're making some really interesting rums.
Right.
We've got a couple things to work with here.
Okay.
We've got their website, which is in French.
Okay.
And we've also got this review blog post that's written in Danish.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the goal is I really want us to get a feel for what makes this distillery unique.
Yeah.
Not just in their products, but their whole approach and philosophy.
Yeah. I'm always fascinated by distilleries that take a unique approach.
Yeah. So to set the scene a little bit, first of all, Martinique is a French Caribbean island. It's known for its volcanic landscape, beautiful beaches,
Right.
and of course a long history of rum production.
Absolutely. And that volcanic soil plays a key role in the flavor of the sugarcane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's fascinating how the environment can influence the final product.
Totally. So that brings us to rum A1710. Now, have you ever heard of rum agricole?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a style of rum made directly from sugarcane juice
Okay.
instead of molasses, like most rums.
Gotcha.
So it often has a more vegetal or earthy taste compared to traditional rums.
Okay, interesting. So A1710 is all about showcasing that unique character of rum agricole. The name A1710 itself is interesting.
Okay.
It stands for Arrive 1710.
Oh, wow.
Which marks the year that the Habitation du Simus estate was founded.
Wow, so centuries of history.
Yeah.
In every bottle.
And speaking of history,
Yeah.
they're not afraid to experiment a little bit.
Right?
They use a different distillation process than what's typical in Martinique.
Yeah, and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, the Danish blog post talked about that.
Yeah.
It mentioned that they use a smaller batch distillation apparatus.
Okay.
So a single kettle and then a smaller column.
Okay.
Why would they deviate from that traditional single column method that's so common on the island?
Well, it seems like they're aiming for a smoother, more approachable taste.
Okay.
Especially for people who might be new to the sometimes intense world of rum agricole.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like they're bridging that gap
Yeah.
between traditional and the modern.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's distinctly rum agricole, but maybe with a softer edge.
Right. Okay, so they have a few different expressions that really showcase this.
Yeah. Let's dive into the extraordinaire line.
Okay. The one that caught my eye was the A1710 Renaissance.
Okay.
It's bottled at 52%.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a real flavor bomb.
That's a good one to start with.
Okay.
That Danish reviewer, he described the aroma as having a distinct gas note.
Gas note.
Yeah, which is something you sometimes find in agricoles.
Okay.
Kind of a funky, almost vegetal smell.
Interesting. To be honest, I haven't had a lot of experience with agricoles.
Okay.
Is that gas note something that's generally considered desirable?
It's definitely divisive.
Okay.
Some people find it adds complexity and depth, while others find it off-putting. It's kind of like cilantro. You either love it or hate it.
Okay.
But aside from that,
Yeah.
the Renaissance also has notes of salted green olives, lime and white pepper on the nose.
Wow. That's quite the combination.
Yeah.
And then the taste.
Well, he said it was surprisingly different from the aroma.
Okay.
He described it as spicy with notes of green gooseberries and unripe pears.
Okay.
There's even a tingling sensation on the palate, which is pretty unique.
Almost like a surprise for your taste buds.
Precisely. And here's a fun fact.
Okay.
The reviewer mentioned that the empty bottle makes a beautiful flower vase.
Now that's what I call sustainable and stylish.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to another one from the Extraordinaire line.
All right.
A1710 Le Perle Room Blanc Extraordinaire.
Okay.
This one's bottled at 54.5%.
All right. What stood out to you?
Well, the reviewer said that the aroma was more subtle than the Renaissance,
Okay.
with hints of fresh herbs and something a bit unexpected.
What's that?
Roasted parsnips.
Roasted parsnips. Interesting. I wonder if that subtle earthiness maybe ties back to the sugarcane itself.
Yeah.
Maybe influenced by the volcanic soil we talked about.
Yeah.
It's amazing how these subtle nuances can create such a complex flavor profile.
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. What about the taste?
Well, he described it as spicy and peppery,
Okay.
good acidity, and some salty mineral notes.
Okay.
He even detected a touch of smoke, which is unusual for an unaged agricole.
Smoke. I wouldn't have expected that at all.
Yeah.
I wonder if that comes from the distillation process itself.
Yeah.
Or if it's just a natural characteristic.
Yeah. It's a great question. Unfortunately, the review didn't go into that level of detail,
Right.
but it certainly speaks to the complexity and the unexpectedness of
Yeah.
the rums.
So we've got these really unique flavors, a historical legacy,
Mm-hmm.
this interesting departure from traditional distillation methods.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a real sense of what sets A1710 apart.
Me too. And there's so much more to uncover.
Yeah.
But before we move on, let's talk about the man behind all this. Okay.
The master distiller, Yves Assier de Pompignan.
Yeah.
Not only is he a descendant of the original founder,
Mm-hmm.
but he also holds another interesting title.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading about this.
Uh-huh.
He's the Danish consul to Martinique.
You got it?
Wow.
It's a fascinating connection considering our Danish source material.
That's such a cool twist. I wonder if
Yeah.
there's a story about how he came to hold that position.
Yeah.
But it definitely adds another layer to this already intriguing distillery.
It really does.
It's like history, culture, and rum all intertwined.
It really is. And speaking of culture,
Yeah.
A1710 seems to be about more than just producing great rum.
Okay.
They offer tours and tastings at Habitation du Simon.
Oh, yeah.
So they're inviting visitors to really immerse themselves in the whole experience.
It's like saying, come experience Martinique through our rum.
Exactly.
I love that. And you know what else is impressive?
What's...
Their commitment to sustainability.
Oh, yeah.
They use organic sugarcane.
And they really emphasize environmental responsibility.
It's refreshing to see a distillery that's so mindful of its impact.
I was just coming to that.
Okay.
It seems like they're really dedicated to doing things the right way.
Yeah.
Not just for the flavor of their rum,
Mm-hmm.
but for the long-term health of the environment as well.
Absolutely. And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of A1710.
Okay.
Their rums bio, or organic rums.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me about these organic rums.
Well, there are two in particular that I think are worth highlighting.
Okay.
La Perle Rare, which is a white rum,
Okay.
and Prosper, which is an aged expression.
Okay. La Perle Rare, a white rum. What makes this one stand out?
Well, the reviews that I've read describe it as having this vibrant, almost electric taste.
Okay.
Imagine like fresh cut grass,
Mhm.
a bright citrus zest,
Okay.
and then a hint of salinity from the sea air.
Wow.
So it's a true expression of the terroir,
Yeah.
the unique characteristics of the land where the sugarcane is grown.
That sounds incredible. And what about Prosper? What can you tell me about their aged organic rum?
So Prosper spends at least 3 years aging in French oak casks.
Okay.
The result is a rum that's rich and complex,
Mhm.
with notes of dried fruits, spices, and a hint of tobacco.
Okay.
It's fascinating how the organic sugarcane adds a unique dimension
Yeah.
to those richer oaky notes,
Interesting.
almost like a grounding element.
It does, and it seems like they're really pushing the boundaries of what rum agricole can be.
Yeah, they're not just content with tradition.
Right.
They're innovating and experimenting, always looking for new ways to express the essence of Martinique.
I love that. So what does all of this tell us about A1710?
I think A1710 is a testament to the fact that you can honor tradition while embracing innovation.
Yeah.
They're producing exceptional rum agricole, but they're also doing it with a deep respect for the environment
Right.
and a commitment to creating something truly unique.
You put that perfectly, and I think our listener who's already interested in rum will really appreciate this nuanced look at a distillery that's doing things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
It's not just about the taste of the rum, but the whole philosophy behind it.
Exactly. And speaking of doing things differently,
Yeah.
let's talk about some of their other unique offerings.
Okay.
They have a couple of white rums that caught my attention.
Okay.
Bête de Feu and Diamond Rock.
Okay. Bête de Feu. That translates to fire beast, right?
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And it's bottled at a fiery 50.9%.
Wow.
From what I've read, it lives up to its name with a more intense, almost wild character
Okay.
compared to their other white rums.
Sounds pretty intense. I remember the Danish blog mentioned it, but they didn't do a full review.
Right. I think it's meant to be a true explosion of flavor,
Okay.
capturing that raw energy of the sugarcane.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not.
And then there's Diamond Rock, bottled at a still robust 50.5%.
Mm-hmm.
What's the story behind that name?
It's named after a volcanic rock,
Okay.
just off the coast of Martinique.
Interesting.
It played a strategic role in the Napoleonic Wars.
Wow.
And I think it's a great example of how A1710 weaves their history and culture into their brand.
I love that it's not just a name on a bottle. It's a story,
Right.
a connection to the past.
Exactly. And in terms of flavor, Diamond Rock is said to have a more elegant profile compared to Bête de Feu.
Okay.
Think citrus spice and a touch of minerality.
So it's like they've captured the essence of that volcanic rock, strong yet refined.
Precisely. And speaking of capturing essence,
Yeah.
let's shift gears and explore A1710's aged rums.
Okay.
They have a range called rums reposés sous bois,
Okay.
which means rums rested under wood.
Ah, yes, they're aged expressions. I'm curious to hear about these.
This is where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
They use French oak casks, some of which previously held cognac.
Oh, wow.
Imagine the layers of complexity that adds.
Cognac casks. That sounds amazing. What kind of flavors does that impart to the rum?
Well, for example, they have one called Cheval Bondu,
Okay.
which is aged for at least 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's been described as having this beautiful balance of sweet and spicy notes
Okay.
with hints of vanilla caramel and toasted oat.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Amazing how that aging process can transform the rum
Yeah,
into something totally new.
it truly is. And speaking of transformation,
Yeah.
let's talk about their très vieux rums,
Okay.
meaning very old rums.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me about these very old rums.
These are their premium offerings.
Okay.
They're aged for several years
Wow.
and bottled in individually numbered carafes.
Okay.
It's like stepping into a world of luxury and exclusivity.
Wow. I can only imagine how special those must be. Are there any particular ones that stand out to you?
There are two that are highly sought after.
Okay.
The first is Soleil de Minuit,
Okay.
meaning midnight sun.
Right.
It's a blend of rums aged for up to 10 years.
Wow.
And it's been described as incredibly rich and complex. Think like dried fruits, tobacco leather.
That sounds like an experience in itself.
It truly is. And then there's the Tricentenaire,
Okay.
meaning tricentennial.
Okay.
It was released to commemorate the 300th anniversary of Habitation du Ciment.
Wow.
And it's a blend of their oldest and rarest rums.
Oh, wow.
A true collector's item and a testament to their legacy.
It's incredible how they've managed to create such a diverse range of rums.
Right.
From the fiery white expressions
Mhm.
to these, like, aged treasures.
Yeah.
And they're doing it all while staying true to their roots
Mm.
and their commitment to quality.
I think that's what makes them so special.
Yeah.
They're not just following trends.
Right?
They're setting them.
Yeah.
They're forging their own path.
Yeah.
And they're inviting us along for the ride.
That's a great way to put it. They're leading the way for a new generation of rum agricole producers.
Absolutely. And for our listener, this is a chance to explore a world of flavor
Yeah.
and discover the true essence of Martinique.
It's an invitation to taste history, tradition, and innovation.
Exactly.
All in one sip.
And it's a reminder that even in a world that's increasingly mass-produced,
Yeah,
there are still those who are dedicated to crafting something truly exceptional.
absolutely.
Uh-huh.
So if you're looking for a rum that's unique, complex, and bursting with character, look no further than rum A1710.
And here's a final thought for you to consider.
Okay.
If traditional rum is like a bold, full-bodied coffee,
Yeah.
could rum A1710 be the equivalent of a delicate, nuanced tea?
Ooh,
Still complex, but offering a different kind of experience.
that's a fantastic analogy.
Yeah.
I encourage you to explore the world of rum agricole
Yeah.
and see for yourself. You might just discover your new favorite spirit.
Now, there's one more interesting detail
Okay.
about A1710's production process that we haven't touched on yet.
Okay. I'm all ears. What is it?
Well, remember how we talked about their unique distillation apparatus
Yes.
with the single kettle and the smaller column?
Mm-hmm.
It turns out the materials they use are quite specific and play a significant role in shaping the final flavor profile.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these materials.
Instead of the more common copper,
Mm-hmm.
they use a combination of stainless steel for the kettle
Okay.
and a specific type of wood for the column.
Wow. Wood for the column. That's unusual.
It is.
How does that impact the rum?
That's where things get really fascinating.
Okay.
The wood they use is a carefully selected variety
Ooh.
known for its porous nature.
Okay.
This allows for a gentler interaction between the vapors and the wood,
Mm-hmm.
which is believed to contribute to that smoother, more refined character.
So it's not just about the size and shape of the apparatus,
Right.
but also the materials themselves that are influencing the flavor.
Precisely. And it really highlights their commitment to both tradition and innovation.
Yeah.
They're drawing on centuries-old techniques,
Mm.
but also incorporating modern materials
Yeah.
and understanding to refine and elevate their rums.
That's so cool. It's like they're blending the best of both worlds
Mm.
to create something really special.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And speaking of blending,
Yeah.
did you know that A1710 actually experiments with different blends of sugarcane varieties?
That's right. they're not just focused on a single sugarcane variety.
Okay.
They're exploring the nuances of different types
Okay.
and how they interact with each other.
So it's almost like a winemaker blending different grape varietals
Exactly.
to create a specific flavor profile.
It adds another layer of complexity and artistry
Right.
to their process.
They're not just distilling rum, they're composing flavors.
Exactly.
Wow, that's an incredible way to think about it. And it really showcases their deep understanding of the sugarcane itself.
It does, and it speaks to their dedication to pushing the boundaries
Yeah.
of what rum agricole can be.
Yeah, they're not content with simply replicating what's been done before.
Right.
They're constantly exploring new possibilities.
Exactly.
I love that it's like they're on a constant quest for perfection,
Mm-hmm.
but also for innovation.
Exactly. And for our listener,
Yeah.
this means that there's always something new to discover with A1710.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a distillery that rests on its laurels.
Right.
They're constantly evolving and pushing the boundaries.
That's what makes them so exciting. I can't wait to see what they come up with next.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we've covered a lot of ground
We have.
in this first part of our deep dive into A1710.
We've explored their history, their philosophy,
Mm.
their unique distillation process,
Yeah.
and even touched on their commitment to sustainability and organic practices.
We've learned about their diverse range of rums, from the fiery white expressions to the elegant aged treasures.
Absolutely.
And we've even delved into the specific materials they use in their distillation apparatus.
Right.
And how those choices influence the final flavor of their rums.
It's amazing.
I feel like we've really gotten a good sense of what makes this distillery so special.
I agree, and I think our listener is well on their way to becoming an A1710 expert themselves.
But there's still so much more to explore.
That's right. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll be taking a closer look at the specific flavor profiles
Okay.
of some of their most intriguing rums.
I'm already looking forward to it.
It's going to be a delicious journey.
So, dear listener, stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive into the world of rum A1710. We'll be back soon with more fascinating insights and flavorful discoveries.
Welcome back to our exploration of rum A1710. Before we jump into the specifics of their different rums,
Yeah.
I thought it would be interesting to circle back to something we mentioned earlier,
Okay.
the master distiller's role as the Danish consul to Martinique.
Oh, yeah, that was such an unexpected detail.
Right.
I'd love to know more about how that came to be.
Yeah, there's definitely a story there.
Okay.
It actually goes back several generations.
Okay.
Yves Purdy de Pompagnon's family has had ties to Denmark for centuries,
Wow.
dating back to the 18th century when one of his ancestors was involved in trade between Martinique and Denmark.
Really? So these connections run deep.
They really do, and over the years, the family maintained those ties, even as generations passed.
All right.
Eventually, Yves' father was appointed as the Danish consul to Martinique.
Wow.
And when he passed away, Yves took on the role.
That's amazing. It's like a piece of living history connecting the past to the present.
It really is, and it speaks to the global reach of both rum and this distillery in particular.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that even something as seemingly local as a rum distillery can have international connections and influences.
Absolutely. And speaking of global reach,
Yeah.
I think it's time we dive into some of A1710's more unique expressions.
Right.
The ones that really showcase their experimental side.
I agree, and I think a great place to start is with Bête à Feu,
Okay.
the fire beast we talked about earlier.
Right.
It's bottled at a fiery 50.9%.
Yes.
And the reviews I've read suggest it's a true force of nature.
I remember the Danish blog mentioned it, but didn't have a full tasting breakdown.
Right.
So what can you tell me about the flavor profile?
Well, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. Okay.
It's been described as having this raw, almost primal energy.
Okay.
The sugarcane really shines through,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a sweet, sugary rum.
Okay.
It's more vegetal, earthy, with hints of spice and pepper.
So it's like a punch in the face, but in a good way.
Exactly.
Like-
It's not trying to be smooth or subtle.
Okay.
It's a celebration of the raw power of the sugarcane.
I'm starting to understand why they call it the fire beast.
Yeah.
It sounds like a rum that demands your attention.
It definitely does now. If Bête à Feu is the wild child,
Okay.
then Diamond Rock is the sophisticated older sibling.
Ah, yes. Diamond Rock, named after that volcanic rock off the coast of Martinique.
Right.
This one is bottled at a still robust 50.5%.
Yeah.
What sets it apart from Bête à Feu?
Well, while Diamond Rock is still a powerful rum,
Okay.
it's more refined,
Mhm.
more elegant.
Okay.
The flavors are more layered, more nuanced.
All right.
Think like bright citrus notes, warm spices like cinnamon and nutmeg,
Mm-hmm.
and then a distinct mineral quality.
That reminds you of the volcanic soil it comes from.
It sounds like they've managed to capture the essence of that volcanic rock, strong yet refined.
Exactly, and it's a great example of how A1710 is able to create such a diverse range of rums,
Yeah,
each with its own unique personality.
All right, so we've got the fire beast and the sophisticated sibling.
Right.
What other intriguing expressions are hiding in their collection?
Well, how about we explore the world of aged rums?
Oh.
Their Rums Reposé Sous Bois collection is where things get really interesting.
Perfect. I'm all ears. What makes these aged rums so special?
Well, remember how we talked about them using French oak casks?
Yes.
Some of which previously held cognac?
Yes.
Well, that aging process really adds another dimension to the rum.
Okay.
It softens the rough edges, rounds out the flavors, and introduces new notes of vanilla caramel and spice.
It sounds like a symphony of flavors.
It really is, and each aged expression has its own unique character,
Okay.
depending on the length of aging and the specific casks used.
I remember you mentioning one called Cheval Bon Dieu.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that one?
Cheval Bon Dieu is a beautiful example of their aged rums.
Okay.
It spends at least 12 months in those French oak casks, and the result is a rum that's both complex and approachable.
Okay.
It has this lovely balance of sweetness and spice.
All right.
You'll find notes of dried fruits, vanilla cinnamon, and a hint of toasted oak.
Okay.
It's like a warm hug on a cool evening.
It sounds absolutely delicious. I'm getting thirsty just thinking about it.
Me too. And speaking of getting thirsty, let's talk about their Trevieux rums.
Okay.
The very old rums.
Okay.
These are their premium offerings aged for several years.
Wow.
And bottled in individually numbered carafes.
Wow. Those sound incredibly special. I'd love to hear more about them.
Well, there are two that are particularly sought after.
Okay.
The first is Soleil de Minuit,
Okay.
meaning midnight sun.
All right.
It's a blend of rums aged for up to 10 years. And it's said to have an incredibly complex and layered flavor profile.
Okay.
Think rich, dried fruits like figs and dates, tobacco leather, and a hint of dark chocolate.
Those flavors sound incredible. It's amazing how that aging process can transform the rum into something so rich and nuanced.
It truly is a testament to the art of aging. And then there's the Tricentenaire, meaning tricentennial.
All right.
This one was released to commemorate the 300th anniversary of Habitation du Simon.
Wow.
And it's a blend of their oldest and rarest rums.
Wow.
It's a true collector's item
Yeah.
and a testament to their legacy.
It sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime experience to taste something like that. It's like drinking history.
It really is. And it speaks to the dedication and passion that A1710 puts into every bottle they produce. They're not just making rum.
Right.
They're creating an experience, a legacy.
So I know we've talked a lot about the specific flavors of these rums.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what is it about A1710's distillation process that contributes to these unique flavor profiles? We touched on their use of a single kettle and a smaller column.
Right.
But is there something else at play here?
That's a great question. And you're right. There is something else that sets their distillation process apart.
Okay.
It has to do with the way they handle the sugarcane juice
Yeah.
before fermentation.
Oh, interesting. I'm all ears. Tell me more about this pre-fermentation process.
Well, instead of using commercially produced yeast,
Okay.
A1710 cultivates their own wild yeast strains.
Wild yeast.
Yeah.
That sounds fascinating. I've heard of winemakers using wild yeast, but I didn't realize rum producers did the same.
Yeah.
How does that impact the final flavor?
Well, it adds a layer of complexity and terroir to the rum that you just can't get with commercial yeast.
Okay.
The wild yeast strains capture the unique characteristics of the environment, the soil, the climate, even the microorganisms that are naturally present in the sugarcane fields.
Wow.
It's like they're bottling a piece of the landscape itself.
That's an incredible way to think about it. It's like they're not just distilling rum, they're distilling the essence of Martinique.
Exactly. And that's what makes A1710 so special.
Yeah.
They're not just following a recipe.
Right.
They're working in harmony with nature to create something truly unique and expressive.
And that brings us back to their commitment to organic and sustainable practices, right?
It absolutely is. Their approach to rum production is holistic.
Yeah.
They understand that the quality of the rum starts with the quality of the sugarcane, and that means respecting the environment, the land, and the natural processes that make it all possible.
It's really inspiring to see a distillery that's so committed to doing things the right way.
Yeah.
It makes me even more excited to try their rums.
Me too. And speaking of trying their rums,
Yeah.
there's one more category we need to talk about.
Okay.
They're rums bio, or organic rums.
Okay.
We briefly touched on them earlier, but I think they deserve a deeper dive.
Okay, I'm ready to delve into the world of organic rums. What makes these expressions stand out from the rest of their collection?
Well, first and foremost, they're made with 100% organically grown sugarcane,
Okay.
which means no pesticides, herbicides, or synthetic fertilizers.
Okay.
It's all about working with nature, not against it.
That's fantastic. And I imagine that commitment to organic farming practices really shines through in the flavor, right?
You're absolutely right. There's a purity and vibrancy to the organic rums.
Yeah.
That's really captivating.
Yeah.
Let's start with La Perle Rare,
Okay.
their white organic rum.
Okay. La Perle Rare, the organic white rum. What makes this one special?
Imagine this. You're walking through a field of sugarcane on a warm, sunny day.
Okay.
The air is filled with the sweet scent of fresh-cut grass,
Hmm.
and there's a gentle breeze carrying the salty tang of the ocean.
Right.
That's what La Perle Rare tastes like.
Wow.
It's vibrant, fresh, and bursting with the flavors of Martinique.
Wow, that sounds incredible. It's like a taste of the island itself.
It really is. And then there's Prosper, their aged organic rum.
Okay.
This one spends at least 3 years resting in French oak casks.
Right.
And the result is a rum that's both elegant and complex.
I remember you describing it earlier as having notes of dried fruits, spices, and a hint of tobacco.
Exactly. But what's really fascinating about Prosper is how those richer oaky notes
Yeah.
are balanced by this underlying earthiness and freshness
Interesting.
that comes from the organic sugarcane.
Okay.
It's like a perfect harmony between nature and craftsmanship.
It sounds like a truly special rum.
It really is, and it's a testament to A1710's ability to create exceptional rums
Yeah.
while staying true to their values of sustainability and environmental responsibility.
I'm so impressed by their dedication to both quality and ethics.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that our listener who's clearly interested in rum
Yeah.
will appreciate as well.
Absolutely. A1710 is a shining example of how a distillery can be both successful and sustainable.
Exactly. And their story is far from over.
Right,
They're
yeah.
constantly experimenting, innovating, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the world of rum agricole.
I can't wait to see what they come up with next.
Me neither. But for now, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored their more experimental expressions like Beta Fou and Diamond Rock, delved into the nuances of their aged rums,
Yeah.
and even uncovered the secrets behind their organic rums.
I feel like we've really gotten a good taste of what makes A1710 so special.
I agree, and I think our listener is well equipped to appreciate the artistry and passion
Yeah.
that goes into every bottle of A1710 rum.
But our journey isn't over yet, is it?
Not at all. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll be stepping back to look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
We'll explore A1710's place in the world of rum agricole,
All right.
their vision for the future, and what their success means for the industry as a whole.
That sounds fascinating. I can't wait to hear your insights.
I'm looking forward to it.
So, dear listeners, stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive into the world of rum A1710. We'll be back soon with more insights, reflections, and a look ahead at what the future holds for this extraordinary distillery. Welcome back to our final exploration of rum A1710.
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey discovering all these different facets of this really unique distillery.
It really has, from their historic estate to their innovative distillation techniques and their commitment to organic practices.
Yes.
They're just a fascinating example of how tradition and progress can work together.
Absolutely. And now that we've kind of explored their individual rums
Yeah.
and their approach to production,
Right.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on their broader impact.
Okay.
How do you think A1710 is shaping the world of rum agricole as a whole?
Well, I think A1710 is a leading force in what some are calling the new wave of rum agricole.
Yeah.
They're part of a movement of distilleries that are challenging the traditional notions of
Right.
what rum agricole should be.
They're not just making great rum. They're actually influencing the entire category.
Precisely. They're not afraid to experiment, to push boundaries, and to explore new flavor profiles.
Yeah.
They're proving that rum agricole can be just as diverse and complex as any other category of rum.
It's really exciting to see them kind of blazing a trail
Yeah.
and inspiring other distilleries to follow suit.
It really is. And I think their success is a testament to the fact that consumers are increasingly interested in spirits with a story,
Yeah.
with a sense of place, and with a commitment to quality and sustainability.
It's like people are craving authenticity.
Yeah.
Something that goes beyond just the taste of the drink itself.
Exactly. And A1710 is perfectly positioned to meet that demand.
Yeah.
They have a rich history, a unique terroir, and a deep understanding of the art of rum making.
Plus, they're not just talking the talk when it comes to sustainability.
Right.
They're walking the walk with their organic practices and their commitment to environmental responsibility.
Right, and that resonates with today's conscious consumer, who are looking for brands that align with their values.
It seems like A1710 has really struck a chord, not just with rum enthusiasts,
Right.
but with a wider audience that's looking for something different, something special.
I couldn't agree more. They're not just making rum, they're
Listen.
creating an experience, a lifestyle.
And for our listener who's been on this deep dive with us,
Yeah.
what do you think is the key takeaway? What makes A1710 a distillery worth knowing about, worth seeking out?
I think the biggest takeaway is that A1710 is proof that great rum can be so much more than just a drink.
Yeah.
It can be an expression of history, of culture, of terroir, and of a deep respect for nature.
It's like a liquid embodiment of everything that makes Martinique so special.
Exactly. And for anyone who's curious about exploring the world of rum agricole,
Yeah.
A1710 is a fantastic place to start.
I couldn't agree more so as we wrap up this deep dive.
Right.
What final thought would you leave our listener with?
Okay.
What's something they can ponder as they continue their own exploration of rum agricole?
I would encourage our listener to think about rum agricole as an adventure,
Okay.
a journey of discovery. Don't be afraid to try different expressions, to experiment with different cocktails,
Yeah.
and to really pay attention to those nuances of flavor and aroma.
It's like opening a window into
Yeah.
a whole new world of taste and experience.
Exactly. And who knows, you might just find yourself falling in love with rum agricole just like we have.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on. It's been a pleasure exploring the world of rum A1710 with you.
The pleasure was all mine.
And to our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey and that you're feeling inspired to seek out a bottle of A1710 and experience its magic for yourself. Until next time, happy sipping.